get to think about all the tidbits of information that Jay and I shared with you. How will this affect your life from now on? Because, you believe that it's just maybe you still believe that it's only a podcast that you downloaded. I believe that you downloaded this and the universe is talking to you for a reason. You downloaded this for a reason, and the universe is compelling you to act on everything that you've learned on this show. And any small act, it may be reaching out to Jay, it may be reaching out to me, it may be reaching out to a mentor you believe can help you. That small act will create ripples for you. Believe me, because I started with one small act as well.
Bonnie Factor is a mompreneur, e-commerce maven, and a co-founder of eCFulfill. I sit down with her to talk about her design life stories transitioning from her previous job to being a startup founder of eCFulfill, challenges and advantages of starting a startup, insights she have for newly graduates, practical step on how you can create your own startup company too, why dreaming big is important, the secrets on how you can be a successful entrepreneur or a creative professional or anything you would like to be, and the importance of creativity and a lot more. So make sure you stick around and tune in until the end on the show. So thank you so much again for listening. If you would like to support this episode or this podcast, there's a lot of ways that you can support. You can share your favorite episode. Just if you're new here, you can go back on our previous episode, or you can leave a review on Apple Podcasts or iTunes. If you are an Android user, you can subscribe on TuneIn, Stitchers, and SoundCloud. So that's it, and thank you so much again. This is actually the third time that I used the new arrangement of the podcast, because if you're new here, or if you're following me since the first episode, I experiment a lot on the transitions and the on the editing side. So right now I don't do. I realized that I don't need to edit it a lot. So if you're wondering why I change it into different format, because I think moving forward, I will not edit it a lot, and I try to keep this genuine as much as possible. So this is ad free. You can download it 100% free for you to listen. Okay, so yeah, I think we can go now on this episode. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this episode. You're listening to the Design Life Show, a podcast that's helping everyone grow to live a meaningful and creative life. It's me, Jake Rice, a designer from the Philippines, best known for being an advocate of essentialism and optimism. I'm sitting down with awesome people to talk about their journey, their process, and the lessons they've learned along the way. Hey, Miss Bonnie, how are you?
Hi, Jay. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. Whatever time you're going to listen to this podcast, I'm claiming that you're having a blast.
Yes.
And we claim that the two of us are going to make this podcast such an enjoyable one for you to listen to.
For sure, because I'm with Miss Bonnie. For sure, our listener is will learn a lot from this. Yes. So how are you, Miss Bonnie? I hope you're doing good. And can you, to those who don't know who is Bonnie, can you explain to our listeners? Can you give a little background or personal background about yourself?
Okay, so hi, if you're listening to the Design Live Show, right, Jay?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Design Live Show
The
with
most the most long
downloaded the number one podcast
yeah.
in the Philippines, in the world. I love
Yeah.
that. Okay. All
Thank
right.
you.
So if you're listening to the Design Live Show, first of all, thank you for listening to both of us at this moment. And we're very happy to be able to share with you a lot of the things that we are going to talk about right now. I'd like to introduce myself. I am Bonnie Factor, and I am the chief strategist for eCFulfill. eCFulfill is an e-commerce fulfillment company. It's a startup company, and I am co-founding it with two other founders. Right, so they're both males. Right, so I am in charge as the chief strategist. I am in charge of marketing. That includes social media marketing. That also includes investor relations, visioning, strategy planning, execution, and management. And because of my 17 years of human resources background, I'm sure I'll be the one to handle that as well. So, yeah, that's about who I am and what I'm currently doing. On the side, I am
Yes. Mm-hmm.
also, my advocacy is all about the law of attraction.
Yeah.
My advocacy is all about meditation, guided meditation,
Meditation. Mm-hmm.
tapping or emotional freedom technique. And yeah, I've partnered with a neuro linguistic programming for those side hustles because those are the things that I love the
Mm-hmm.
most. My priority is easy fulfill, but I love it as well. And I still love doing that because I've been studying the law of attraction for 8 years. So those two combined, those are my passions in life.
And you're also a proud mom, right?
I'm also a proud mom of
Yeah.
a 4-year-old, my 4-year-old son.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
yeah, it's a fun time. It's a fun
Yes.
time.
It's a pan life. Very
Yeah, it is. It
yeah.
is.
Mhm. I'm super or fascinated about your kind of or your as a chief strategist of it's like a logistic kind of company, or is it all can you explain more about it?
Yeah. So
Yeah. Mhm.
we bring Filipino products to the
Mhm.
US. Yeah,
Wow.
the US first, and then next all over the world.
Wow.
We do this through e-commerce,
Mhm.
and the e-commerce channel that we have are Amazon, eBay PH, eBay. So
Mhm.
Amazon, eBay, Shopify, everything, every other
Mhm.
channels that you have internationally. So we bring your products from the Philippines there. For now, the global expansion would be Southeast Asia, Asia
Mhm.
Pacific, including Australia and New Zealand, and then bringing it to the rest of the world, Europe, yeah, every around the world. So
Yeah, this is worldwide. Mhm.
that's the global
Uh,
vision for EC
yes.
Fulfill. And yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much.
Mhm. So
We're
thank you so
known for
much. Mhm.
our.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so yeah, ano lang natin, Miss Bonnie, para for our listeners, bigyan natin sila ng medyo personal background from you. How do you start from with from how do you start and why you choose to be a chief strategist of easy fulfill?
Amazing Perfil.
Yeah.
Sige. So, our listeners naman are all Filipino
Yeah,
or do you
pwede
want
naman.
to speak
We have listeners from India, from US, well, we have
Okay. All right. So, because
mhm,
we have international
Malaysia. Mhm.
listeners, yeah, I'll speak in English for you the entire time. All
Yeah,
right.
sure.
So, great. Why did I come across Easy Fulfill? Well, I have the two co-founders that I have. They have been in the Amazon selling business for more than 2 years. So my husband started it. My husband is one of my co-founders. He started it 3 years ago. So he's the first one who started it. And then he was able to get a business partner, which is one of our
Mhm.
former co-workers, which is, a dear friend of his. So they've been at it for like 1 year. And then, so the two of them together, including my husband's years, they've been selling in Amazon for 2 years. And then it was, uh, I, 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 I don't know how would you call it.
Mhm.
During, there was this time, and this
Yes.
is a fascinating story that we
Yeah.
can
Sure.
discuss right now.
Cool.
Last year, August, July, no, actually June.
Mhm.
June last year, I was in a bike accident. Bicycle, no, not motorbike, just the bicycle accident. I had a broken ankle, and because of my broken ankle, I was just at the hospital. There was nothing to do. I was browsing social media, and then I told my husband and his business partner, "Come on, give me your Amazon link, and I'll market your product in social media." I did because I have nothing to do. I was in the hospital. I market their product in social media. Their product sold out.
Wow.
It was the first time they had a sold out product. So
Mm.
that was around June, July, August. And so I was like, this kind of has a
Mhm.
potential. This has a
Yes.
potential. Yeah, what they're doing, they have a huge potential. So um, then, well, months passed. By November, um, we, I met NECA. I met NECA by
Mhm.
November. She asked me if I want to do a collaboration with her for a Manila workshop.
Mhm.
So I said, definitely, definitely.
Sure.
It's like, thank you for coming into my life, NECA. So
Mhm.
we had a collaboration for Manila workshop. And so I told my husband, I have a collaboration for my law of attraction, neurolinguistic programming for Manila workshop. Do you want us to have a similar workshop for your Amazon? I believe that once you have a global vision for this business, you'll go very far. Of course, that's what I say, that they'll go very far.
Yes.
I am known to have a billionaire vision. That's always my vision.
Yeah.
Whenever I have a student, I tell them to dream to be a billionaire, to aim to be a billionaire, to
Mhm.
claim that they're a billionaire already. So of course, that's my target by that time when I said, let's expand this business. Um, he talked to his business partner. At first, the business partner said no. A few convincing, he kind of said, "You go ahead, you try it out." And then we talked to Ginger. Ginger of Manila Workshop loved the idea, and we came up
Yeah.
automatically with a workshop. Yeah,
Mhm.
we had our first workshop last January 27 and February 3 because it's a 2-day workshop.
Yeah, Miss Ginger is the co-founder of Taxumo. Is it right? Or
Yes,
yes.
she is.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. So she's a
Yes.
solopreneur for Manila Workshop.
Mhm.
And so our January 27 and February 3 workshop, we hit our target. We were
Wow.
able to hit our 30 target participants for the first time. So we're like, well, this is amazing. And then this is when all the business partnerships from other companies started to grow.
Mhm.
We started reaching out to e-commerce companies as well. So we started to have investors meeting.
Mhm.
Investors started to approach us to
Wow.
want to
Mhm.
invest in our company. Yeah, so this is like, wow. So
Just
this is,
yeah.
yeah,
Super
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
So exactly. We're now having an amazing time. We're now having an
Mhm.
amazing time launching everything that we can launch. So it's
Yeah.
super amazing.
I see that it's you're crashing this year, right? So, yeah. So,
Yeah, we're
mhm. can we go back, Miss Bonnie,
Mm,
a few, a little bit, for our listeners. So before
yeah.
you've been in this industry, what is your first job, or what are you doing? Uh, are you a full time mommy back then, or after your college? Something like that. Can you elaborate about your,
Okay.
yeah?
Well, I'm not
Mhm.
that young.
Yeah.
I'm not that young.
How
I
old are
mean,
you? No joke.
I'm 38 years
Yeah,
old. That's okay.
38.
I'm
Okay.
okay to share it. So I'm 38
Sure.
years old. So
I I
I
I'm
have had,
I don't like to be mean, so
no, that's okay. That's
yes,
okay.
okay.
So I'm 38
Mhm.
years old, and that means that I have had 17 years of work experience before we had this startup company idea
Mhm.
that we have launched. So my first job is an editor of a magazine, a chief editor. Back then, internet is not, that was year 2000. The
Yes.
internet as we know it is not the internet now.
It's not
So it's a
booming.
publishing. Yeah, it's low.
Yeah.
It's,
Super
yeah, it's the
super
time of
dull.
Yahoo and Hotmail. Yes, it was the time of Hotmail, right? So, uh, I was editor in chief of Buy and Sell and Job Finder, those publications. So that's 2 years, and then I transferred as an internal communication specialist for Buy and Telecommunications, Buy and Tel, and then transferred to HR, and then transferred to Sykes Asia to be a recruiter, transferred to Dell, where I met my husband and our co-founder as still talent acquisition advisor recruitment, then to
Mhm.
R.R. Donnelly, another BPO, to be a recruitment manager, then to Thomson Reuters as a senior HR advisor. Then after Thomson Reuters, Thomson Reuters, I got married, gave birth, and then transferred to Emerson as a senior HR manager. HR manager. HR manager is the correct title. And then transferred to Oddfield Drilling, which is a Norwegian company. And I took the position. I had the role of
Mhm.
a global HR services manager. And
Mhm.
that was my last corporate work before I am now,
Right. Mhm.
we have this startup company, and all my freelancing,
Yes. Mhm.
yeah, all my
Wow.
speaking
That's
job, yeah.
really interesting.
A long time actually.
Yeah, it's okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's most of, parang you're into human resources back then. Then
Yes.
you an editor. How's this experience transitioning to as a chief strategist back then until now?
The happy thing that is
Yeah.
very related to my work before is that when I was an HR manager in Oddfield Drilling, I'm already doing the company strategic planning.
Mm.
Yeah,
Your
so
side hustling back then.
no, that
Ah,
was
no.
actually a part of my role as an HR
Okay.
manager.
So okay.
Yeah, as an
Mhm.
HR manager, I facilitate our company's strategic planning. And then when I facilitate our company strategic planning, I also I also execute the strategic programs that we have identified and manage them. So that's the very similar thing that I'm doing then to now.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
far, what
So,
is the biggest or major challenges that you faced?
ooh, that is a great
Yeah.
question. I don't
Is
think anyone has
I
asked me
think
that.
you're so good. You don't need to face challenges. I'm intimidated right now, Joe.
No,
Just yeah,
not at all.
simple.
Please don't. You're doing an awesome job. You're doing a
Yes.
great job, Jay.
So
How?
let's yeah. Can you
Yeah.
answer that? What is the major challenges that have you faced from transitioning from from your previous work until
I can
now?
answer that. Yeah.
Sure, you
Way
can.
back,
Yeah, you can
yeah.
tell a story. So,
Yeah. The advantages of owning a startup and all my teaching and training uh, gigs or play, I call it play. I call all of this play. There's so much. It totally outweighs any challenge that we have. Uh, Maybe the one I can identify is that uh, how could I put this? If I because I can still accept a job offer anytime, and
mhm,
there has been a lot of job offers to me by the
mhm.
corporate world. I There is
Yes.
no shortage. Yes, there
Mhm.
is no shortage of job offers every day that is thrown to me, and the job offer amounts that thrown to me are in the amounts of up until 400,000 per month pesos as a compensation package plus all the
Wow.
benefit. Yeah, because I that's the level that I am in now. So when you're thrown that kind of money,
Mhm.
you kind of think that, well, do I want that, or do I want a limitless amount of income, right? So
Yes.
that's the yeah, that's
I get it.
because that's temporary. Yes, that's temporary. You get the money now immediately, except that my heart is no longer in it. My heart is no longer in the
Yes.
corporate world. Yeah, this startup has has provided me in the past 5 months so much. It just it just made me grow 17 times more when I was in the corporate world.
Wow. Mhm.
And it's 17 times more fun as well. So
Mhm.
what we're doing right now, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
I never get to do
Sure.
this as
Mhm.
HR manager. Terminating people is not fun.
We
You
can
know,
talk about that.
right? I mean,
Yes.
handling disciplinary action cases and
Okay.
delivering difficult decisions to people is a part of my life as an HR manager. And I know now that I have a startup company, I'll all the
Mhm.
growth that I had in the corporate world, I will be able to use it in our startup company. I have been groomed for this. Uh, it's still what we have is so much fun than what
Yes. Mhm.
the limited role that I had before.
Mhm. It's interesting how you manage all the. For me, it's uh, strong or solid corporate jobs, which is the reason why there's you kind of don't have my major challenges. You face it like like a like a so professional. So uh, siguro dapat pala tinanong ko minor challenges na lang eh.
I'm sure I'm
Yeah.
sure during a time
Mhm.
when cash flow is not there yet,
Yeah. Mhm.
if you're being offered these jobs, there's a 0.01% that you kind of get compare your life when you had a corporate job to now, except that it doesn't compare, not at all. It's it doesn't
Yeah.
it's
Mhm. The happiness. Yeah.
the
Yeah, the
happiness.
success, the fulfillment, or even you win a small amount of achievement, it's really really fulfilling, right?
It
So
is. It
mhm,
is.
I
It's
understand. Mhm.
yeah. I'm sure you can because you are doing with your podcast, with the
Yes.
Design Live show, you're doing something you really, really love. And
Yeah. Mhm.
you know the feeling. You totally understand it.
Yeah. So parang for our listeners, it's really fascinating how Miss Bonnie grow so much because of finding or thinking outside the box to create a startup and and being a chief strategist of a e-commerce startup, which is really hard to do.
Yeah, yeah.
To be honest, it's really hard to do. So you mentioned before that you as an HR, it's really hard to
Terminate people when
terminate
you need
people.
to, right? Because that's a
So
part of HR's job
yeah,
in a
that's a part of.
manager's job.
Uh, I think we can elaborate that. Can we discuss that? It's all right. So
All right,
yeah.
it's okay.
So most of the time, most people uh, think that HR's job is very easy.
Easy.
Yeah, yeah. For me, yeah. When
There
I'm
are a
in
lot of
corporate,
HR.
yeah.
Yeah,
When I'm in
yeah,
corporate world, yeah,
yeah.
HR they just get a
They're just
resume.
filing things, right?
Yeah, finding things.
That's how they look at us, right?
Yeah, that's how that's the true that's the reality, of course, for those
Yes, yes.
this is interesting for our new graduates. Yeah, di ba ano na graduate for our graduating students. So can you have or can you give other tips or tricks for those students who like to or to have a stepping stone.
Mhm.
We know that we need to go to in corporate world first before
Yeah,
we need to we have this all we have before we can have these skills like Miss Bonnie. This is really interesting to talk about. What are your tips for newly graduates for yeah to have your or if you want to be an HR or to
yeah,
get hired as fast as they want or this what are the strategies that they can apply for them.
yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you for asking that.
Yes. Mhm.
Neka and we were invited to speak to PUP just recently, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, for the marketing graduates, and my talk centered around the power of perseverance. And the truth is, during that talk, I actually told all of the graduates not to get a job, like Steve Jobs, right? Steve
Mhm.
Jobs said, please don't get a job. And
Yes.
that's the same thing with me. In masterclass, we actually teach how. That's one of the things that I actually teach, how to create a startup company.
Mhm.
And I'm going to share with you, for downloading Jay's podcast, I'm going to share with you right now the secret to creating a startup company. So if you're listening, you're
Oh,
really
yeah.
lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. And
Listen
this is
guys.
how, yes, and this is how you can create a startup company. And it's so easy. It's so easy that, once you've thought about it, you realize, well, why haven't I thought of that? All right. How can you create a startup company? Think of a problem. Number one, think of a problem. So, what is a problem? Number one problem in the Philippines is what? Traffic, right?
Traffic.
If you can solve traffic, you're going to be a billionaire. What other problems do you encounter every day? All right. So instead of ranting on Facebook about a problem that you encountered, think of a solution to that problem. And that solution, sorry, Jay, I think you're lost.
Okay.
Yeah, there, I'm back. All right. So instead of
Mhm.
instead of ranting about that problem, think of a solution for that problem. When you think of that solution for the problem, promote the solution, and when people come, build them. Build them.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
build them.
Yes.
That's when you succeed. When you search the meaning of an entrepreneur, the definition of an entrepreneur is someone who solves for problems. It's that easy. It's that easy. So
Yes.
I'm really going to convince everyone to be an entrepreneur right away. And if you
Okay.
make a mistake on your, make a mistake, you didn't earn, you make a mistake, you go back. Okay, perfect. Because, you have so many years, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years to learn more. Because if you're going to the corporate world like me and then wait until 17 years to reach all your dreams in the corporate world, sometimes, well, not sometimes, most people get
Mhm.
so comfortable in the corporate world, they don't want to leave anymore because
Yes.
they're so
Mhm.
scared of leaving the corporate world. They lose
Mhm.
their pay, they lose their compensation package, they lose their benefits. Everyone, most people that are in the corporate world are so scared, are in fear that they are not going to eat the next day. When you're graduating, when you're only graduating and you're going to go out there, aim for billionaire from the very beginning, because that's one of the things that I believe would have been great if I aimed for that 17 years ago when I first started. Because if I aim for that, I am now a billionaire.
Yes.
Because,
Mhm.
and I'm going to share this with you,
Yes.
everything that I dreamed of back then, everything came true. Everything
Mhm.
came true. I haven't achieved a dream that I have dreamt in the past 17 years that hasn't come true yet. And so I realized that if I can do this, if I can achieve everything that I want in a span of 17 years, and then after that, I was left with, wow, okay, I've I've actually received everything that I've dreamed of. What's next? And that's when I realized I was dreaming too small. I was dreaming too small back then. And so I said, if I'm dreaming too small, I'll bet it's not just me, right? I'll bet it's not
Agree.
just me.
Agree.
Yes,
Mhm.
I'll bet everyone. I'll bet because this is our culture. Our
Yes.
culture said, get a job. Why? Why didn't our
Yes.
parents say, be a billionaire?
Mhm.
Right? Why didn't our parents say that?
Agree.
Why
Yeah.
didn't our
Mhm.
yeah, right? Why
That's
didn't
really,
our
yeah,
culture say,
it's really kind of frustrating. I'm frustrated why uh mostly Filipinos parents uh pushing their son or the
yeah,
for corporate world, which is why our progress is not, it's slow, which is
very
yeah, my
true.
opinion, for
Totally
my
agree
opinion.
with you, Jay. Totally agree with you, Jay. Because if
Mhm.
we entrepreneurs are problems or
Yeah.
solvers, that's
Mhm.
their definition. So if we have a lot of entrepreneurs, that means that we're solving so many problems,
Yes. Mhm.
right?
Correct. So it's really thank you so much, Miss Bonnie. So uh can we just can you give at least practical advice for them how they can uh have I think this is really interesting for you also, how they can have a billionaire mindset or entrepreneur mindset,
Nice. All right.
which is really hard to practice to be in
Well,
reality, right? Mm-hmm.
yes, yes. This kind of takes time. I mean, I believe that our parents, if you don't have, okay, I am going to be very upfront and honest with you guys.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
if you have downloaded Jay's podcast, again, you're lucky because I'm giving you one of the secrets to be a billionaire. And this is it. If your parents are not a billionaire, that only means that you have so many things to learn to be a billionaire.
Yes.
Okay?
Mhm.
That means that you don't have yet the billionaire mindset because your parents weren't able to learn that during their, well, because we learn, um, I always say that we are only victims of victims. Our parents only learned what they were able to learn from their parents as well. So it's up to us now. Now that you realize that your parents, your family, your friends, if
Yes.
none of them are billionaires, now it's up to you. It's up to you to learn how to be a billionaire, to find billionaire friends, and believe me, this is easy. I always challenge, this is a challenge and an assignment I always give our students in our online masterclass. I always tell them because I always say this is one of the secrets. If you downloaded Jay's podcast, you're in for a huge major secret. And
Yes. Mhm.
great job for downloading it, okay? And great job for listening to us, all right? You are the sum of the five people closest to you. So think of the five people closest to you. Are they billionaires? If they're not billionaires, that only means tomorrow morning when you wake up, go find a billionaire friend. Go find and meet that billionaire mentor, because that billionaire mentor is the one who is going to show you the way, not your friends, not your family. That billionaire mentor is there already. He has already achieved being a billionaire. Now it's up to you to find that, model that, be a mentor from that, learn as much as you can. And believe me, it's easy to find one. Believe me, it's easy to find one. A lot of people, whenever I say this, are so surprised at me. And I'm like, what? You're crazy. Do you think billionaires come and they will just accept us as a friend? Yes, I'm going to say this from my own experience, and I'll say yes,
Yes.
they are actually very helpful. You will
For
think
sure.
that they're snobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will think that they're snobs. I have met these entrepreneurs, and actually they're very helpful. You can ask them questions, and they are very willing to mentor you. And so when they give you feedback, accept it as feedback, accept it as growth. Don't accept it as, oh, you're not enough, or you're not worthy, or you were just wrong, or etc. Do not accept it as that. Accept it as growth and feedback, and they will love you. They will
Wow.
love you for learning. Yes, they
Yes.
will love you for learning.
Agree, agree.
If you do not take any of their feedback personally, they will love you for learning, and I assure you that you will have an easy way to the top. Having a billionaire mentor is, the easy way to the top.
Yeah, that's it, guys. It's super value bomb right there from
Right.
Bonnie.
So
Yeah,
we
you.
gave you two
Mhm.
already. How to have a startup
Mhm.
company,
Okay,
and how to get there after you
but
have a
wait,
startup
there's
company.
more. Okay.
But wait, there's more. There's
Yeah,
more. All
there's
right.
more.
Okay.
So I have another question for Miss Bonnie.
All right.
Yeah, you mentioned that we need to reach out to those people who is successful and replicate, mimic their strategies, their
Yeah.
ways, how they become a successful person. So, starting for those who just starting, uh, which is in a typical on our culture, they are very
Yeah.
shy. So I'm a classic introvert. So I don't
Oh.
usually talk so much. So
Yeah.
I think I like to read. I have a alone time. That so this is mostly Filipinos are going through. What are the steps that they can do to just to throw themselves out there and reach out to those people who might help them.
Okay. So this is something that NECA and I, that's why we created our online masterclass, because really we have
Mhm.
so much potential. I see so much potential in all the Filipinos. Filipinos are so hardworking, except that hard work alone cannot get you to be a billionaire. And this is what I always say. There are so many hardworking poor Filipinos. They're construction workers, they're security guards, they're salespersons in the mall. They are hard workers. And we need to get out of that mentality that hard work alone will get you there. If you've downloaded Jay's podcast right now, great job for listening, because here I'm going to give you another secret.
Woohoo!
Oh, I
There's
know.
more, guys.
I'm
There's more.
going to. I know.
Mhm.
I'm going to give you another belief, and that belief is that if you start to believe that you can create money out of nothing, like I do, which I believe is I can create money out of nothing, ethically, morally, and legally. Guess what? You can. And that's it. One belief can switch your entire world from being shy to being able to think of ways, right? For your
Yes.
brain to now think of ways, your brain's reticular activating system, right? I'll
Yes.
repeat that. Your brain has a reticular activating system. Your brain is a computer program.
Mhm.
Use this computer program to achieve whatever you want. Whatever you tell your brain, it will follow you. Your brain is a paradox. It can be your master, or you can be the master of your brain, and your brain the servant, and it will follow you. Whatever you instruct it, whatever you say to it, it will follow you.
Wow, that's it, guys. So
Yeah.
I have no words. It's like super valuable for us. To those who's listening, please don't don't keep it to yourself. Share it, guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
and do it, execute. Like
Execute.
Miss Bonnie said, which is really fascinated. We need to reprogram our mind as a
Yes.
as a Filipinos. We are hardworking, but I think
We are.
not yeah so much everyone I think we are very known with that
Yes.
particular characteristic, which is uh our edge to
Everything.
outwin everyone or
Yes. Yes.
anyone even
Yes.
yeah. So Miss
But
Bonnie, what are
yes.
yeah, can you share another tips? Are you sharing another?
Okay. So I just would like to say that creativity
Yes.
is the key. Creativity is the key to creating money
Mhm.
out of nothing, ethically, legally, and
Yes.
morally. Yeah. So that's it. It's creativity. You can be creative. Creativity is not just for art and the musicians, and it's not just for art and musicians and crafters. Creativity is actually a highly skilled, a highly priced skilled for entrepreneurs, or all entrepreneurs are creative because they create out of nothing. An entrepreneur, all entrepreneurs that we know, all entrepreneurs create something out of nothing. And that's why,
True.
they're
Correct.
entrepreneurs. Yeah, yeah.
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 So, guys, so if you're still here, if you're still listening, uh,
I'm sure they're
just
still listening
yeah, of
because
course,
we're so giving so much information,
for
so
sure.
valuable, yeah, that they
Mm,
can begin to be a billionaire just by starting these things,
yes.
like solving a problem,
Mm-hmm.
finding a problem to solve.
Yeah.
And can I add, finding a
Sure.
problem to solve that you love to solve.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is
For
we
example,
can
go
connect
ahead.
to passion, right?
Yes.
This is the topic we discussed with Miss Jonica, which is been a guest in on TDLS.
Mm.
So shout out to Miss Jonica. Thank you so much.
Hi, partner.
Yes. So can you explain how passion affects your mindset, your success? Can you explain for our listeners?
Okay, so this is it. If you're listening to me and you're currently in a job that you hate, I'd like to tell you that that is an abundance block. Why do I say that? Because you're always thinking of a way to exit that job. You're always thinking of a way to exit that job. And therefore, you're not doing anything to grow yourself into that job. What you're thinking is, every day, how can I get out of this job? Because I hate this job. How can I get out of this job? Because I hate this job. How can I get out of this job? Guess what? Get out of that job. Don't be
Yeah.
scared. Because life and the world is very helpful. Once you find out what you love to do, once you find a problem that you love to solve and contribute in this world to, you will be so rewarded highly. And I'll quote Maya Angelou with this. The price is high, the reward is great. The reward is awesome. You won't feel like you're working at all. Every day is play. When you wake up, you're very excited every day. When everything that you do, you're going to be very excited about it because it's something that you love to do. So it's not even work at all. When you're hardworking, when people see you hard at work, you're actually playing. For you, you're actually playing because you love to do that, right?
Yes.
So that's the difference when you are when you're doing what you love to do and when you're employed at a job you hate.
Agree, super agree. It's I'm so pumped up with the energy of you, Miss Bonnie. Super, super fired out right now. Thank you so much. And uh,
Welcome.
yeah, I'm curious. What is the usual day of Miss Bonnie as a chief strategist, as a mom, as a family member, or a friend? What is the typical day for you?
All right. So it's been very fun for me as a chief strategist for the past 5 months. My schedule has been very friendly with me. And that means that whenever I have a meeting, these meetings are set in advance to one day. Like our podcast, it's set
Yes.
in advance to like a week before, right? So they're locked in my schedule in a very kind and compassionate way to myself that I have a lot of time for myself. So I rearrange it that way. I arrange it in such a way that I only have one meeting in a day and then maximize everything on that day. So I wake up in the morning, I have a guided meditation, I have a breakfast with my family. My son and I go to the playground in our compound and we play in the morning. And then if there's a meeting in the afternoon for our business, we go to the meeting. If the meeting is in the morning, then the meeting is in the morning. And that's how we operate. And then I leave one weekday because I'm the even the weekends I do business in the weekends, and these business meetings are amazing because it doesn't feel when
Yes.
you're in the corporate world, when you're in a meeting in the corporate world,
So tight, right? It's
yes,
yeah.
it feels so tiring when you're in that office.
So
But my business meetings are in the malls, in the cafes outside. They are so much fun. They're
mhm.
so much fun. You're like you feel like you're talking to friends, new friends. You're enjoying meeting people. And so even weekends are filled with business meetings, meeting new people,
Mhm.
meeting investors, meeting co-collaborators, right? So, for example, this morning we had a business meeting,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
tomorrow we'll have another business meeting. So I reserve one day that I don't accept any meeting or I don't go anywhere unless it's very important. So I rearrange my week if it's Friday. Friday is my
Friday.
no work day. So I really don't schedule anything on that day.
Why
Except if
Friday? Mhm.
why Friday? Because Saturday and Sunday we still get to work. And when I say
Uh,
work, it's the fun stuff.
yeah,
It's
it's
the
fun stuff.
business
Mhm.
partnership meeting, it's the investors meeting. So we still get to meet them Saturday, Sunday, and we still have our workshops. The how to earn dollars in Amazon workshop. We do that on a Saturday. So I reserve Friday to do self-care and energize myself before we go to an amazing weekend, contributing to other people's lives through this workshop, through business partnerships, yeah, through investors meeting, those kind of things. So that's why I reserve Friday for no work day. When I need to work on a Friday, for example, there's a business meeting, I check the entire week what day. I really reserve one day that I do not work so that I still have that one day for myself alone and my family. So that's how I arrange it.
Wow.
Mm.
It's interesting how you design your life, which is it's hard to balance. For me personally, I don't really what you call this. I don't really hindi ko there's no for me there's no work-life balance, because in reality there's so much things that you need to do. Uh, but I learned so much from Miss Bonnie. Her energy is so which is I think uh, very nice if you hear what she said. So thank you so much, Miss Bonnie. And you also meditate, right? Can you explain how this works? And typically, as a Filipinos, I have lots of friends na hindi, or they don't meditate. Personally, I don't meditate, but I like to try it. Can you explain to our listener how can they start right now for to be a youthful as you?
Wow, thank you for
Yeah,
the kind words, Jay. Well,
sure.
Jay, I have a surprise for you. Do you want to meditate right now?
Guys, listen. No.
Are you ready? Because if you are, I can give you a 5 minute guided meditation by me. And you
We
can
can
fall
explain it.
asleep and I'll say goodbye to the podcast. So
Uh,
let me know
okay. Mhm.
if that's something
Sure.
that you
Mhm.
separate podcast for the guided meditation part. Anyway, so this is how
Mhm.
guided meditation works. When you search YouTube for guided meditation, and there are so many guided meditations in YouTube. And like I said, congratulations for downloading Jay's podcast, because you learn how to meditate right now. All right. So all of our emotions, and I say all of our emotions, and I'm going to share with you all of that right now. Okay. So all of the emotions, from fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness, insecurity, guilt, unworthiness, jealousy, hatred, rage, revenge, anger, discouragement, blame, worry, doubt, disappointment, overwhelmment, frustration or irritation or impatience, pessimism, boredom, contentment, hopefulness, optimism, positive expectation or belief, enthusiasm, eagerness, happiness, passion, joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, appreciation, vulnerability, focus, productivity, everything, including forgiveness, including self love, self compassion, abundance. All of the words that I said are keywords you can search for a guided meditation in YouTube, right?
Mhm.
Amazing, right?
Nice.
So
So,
nice.
well,
Whenever you feel any of these emotions, you
wow.
can go to YouTube,
Mhm.
search that word that you're feeling, the emotion that you're feeling. Let's say anger or frustration. And you'll automatically, instantly get a result for
Yes.
free.
Mhm.
And you get to have a guided meditation for free. If you're feeling
Wow.
doubt, you can search
Mhm.
doubt guided meditation in YouTube. If you're feeling disappointed, frustrated, you can search that and you'll get a free guided meditation. And I'd like to say that an abundance guided meditation that I have in YouTube is the secret to how I was able to get to travel to Norway. I believe that this is the abundance guided meditation that helped me manifest my job, which helped me to travel to Norway. And I was able to implement a lot of things for that company that I really love to do. So, it's amazing. It's amazing how guided meditations work. You just listen to them, not while you're driving, because I know when they download the
Mhm.
podcast, they listen to this while they're driving,
Yeah.
right? So
Anywhere.
when you're meditating, please do it anywhere that is safe. You're sitting and you're not doing any heavy machinery work that that will lead to an accident.
Yes,
But yeah,
I have also something that to add with that. If you're feeling broke, you can create an app for guided meditation, right?
yeah.
Basically, Miss Bonnie shared that all, which is very interesting. The ideas is here, and the energy, which is law of attractions, really a big help for you, Miss Bonnie, right? So uh,
Yeah.
can you explain for our listeners how how these law attractions help you, and why you try to teach that also for anyone, for everyone who likes to learn something from you?
Oh, all right. Okay, so I'll go back to when it was 2009 and I was in a one-on-one with my back then boss or manager. And she asked me, "What do you want in life?" And I said, "I just want to be happy." And
Wow.
and she told me, yeah, and she told me, "Well, what will you do for you to be happy?" She asked me. And I was like, "I don't know. I just want to be happy." So I didn't know how to be happy. Um, and so after I left that company in 2010, I attended the leadership development program because I'm already a manager when I left that company. I mean, I accepted a managerial role in the next company. So in that leadership development program, they showed the video of The Secret, right? The Secret. And when I watched that, I was like, because I couldn't understand my boss that time in 2009. She said, when I said, I just want to be happy, she told me, "Bonnie, happiness is a choice." And I was like, what is she saying? Why is she saying happiness is a choice? I'm not happy. How can I choose to be happy? Right? I didn't
Right.
know how to be happy. When I was there in the leadership development program and I watched The Secret, it was like a light bulb aha moment. It was like, this is it. This was what my boss was saying. This is what my boss is saying, that happiness is a choice. So the movie explained it for me because, she said that it stayed in my mind. And I have been thinking of that ever since because, how could she say happiness is a choice? That movie
Nice.
explained it.
Wow, it really changed your basically your life.
Yes, I've read all of the law of attraction books that I can find, and I have read so many law of attraction books for 8 years. Yeah, so I've been studying the law of attraction for 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
and when all of my dreams came true, including the managerial position that I wanted, I didn't believe that that was happening at that time. When I received the invitation letter, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is really happening! I'm going to Norway. It's Norway." And then
Wow.
when I went to the embassy, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is really happening! I am in the agency of the embassy being interviewed for a Shenzhen visa, and it was my
Wow.
first time to get out
Mhm.
of the country." So
How's the
when I stepped,
experience on Norway? Really?
unbelievable,
Mhm.
unbelievable. It was like it felt like it's a miracle because I mean, I'm pretty sure there are so many other people who are, you know, greater than me when it comes to being an agent, but I feel so grateful and happy and lucky. I really feel lucky that I
Yes.
had that
Mhm. I
opportunity.
really feel that also. Your energy, your vibe. Yeah, so much. There's so much
Yeah.
here in my studio.
So when all my dreams materialized, and when I was able to experience all that, I got to thinking that, hey, I've tried everything. I've asked for everything, and it always works. It always works all the time. So that was when I realized, you know, everyone can call me crazy. It
Mhm.
has worked on me. It's time for me to share that, guys, this works. I have tried this on myself so many times over and over and over, and I always get what I want. I always get what I want. Call me lucky. Call me lucky. Or call me crazy for, sharing all these things. Except that it has really worked on me, and I'm sure, I will bet I will bet that if you apply everything that I have learned, it's not just going to work on me, it's going to work on everyone as
Yes.
well.
I agree with that, Miss Bonnie. So, for those who like to know more about law attraction, what is the best books that you can uh, share for them, or what is the your reading recommendation for them?
Oh my gosh,
Do
I
you
have
have
a
any? Yeah,
lot.
take your time.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Maybe I'll take you to a shortcut book. And this is the book that has changed my
Wow,
life
guys, you're so lucky. We're gonna.
and accelerated everything for
Oh my
me.
gosh. Yeah.
And
Thank you so much.
yeah, and this is the book by Vishen Lakhiani. The book is entitled The Extraordinary Code of Mind. Yeah, so that's the book. The title of the book is The Extraordinary Code of Mind by Vishen Lakhiani. So, I lost the ebook of that book and I'm saving up. I can't find it in National Bookstore. I'm saving up to buy it again in Amazon because it has changed my life. When I read that book last year, it was the same month last year. So it was only 1 year when I read that book. It made me it really made me dream so big because the author of the book said when he actually so the title is The Code of the Extraordinary Mind. That's the title of the book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind by Vishen Lakhiani. The Code of the Extraordinary Mind by Vishen Lakhiani. So it will teach you to transcend the culture scape, question the rules, and by rules that means bullshit rules, consciousness engineering, rewrite your models of reality. It will upgrade your systems for living. Like me, I have only read it for 1 year. I have applied it in my life and accelerated everything for me. It will teach you to bend reality. So Vishen Lakhiani calls law of attraction bending reality. That's how he calls it. Because you're bending reality to make everything come true for you. It will teach you to live in discipline. Discipline is bliss and discipline. So you're in a happy state of mode.
Wow.
And it will create it will you can create a vision for the future just by reading this book because it's a workbook and it will teach you to be unfuck with the ball, right? Unfuck with the ball. And it will teach you to live your quest. Your quest in life. What is your quest? We are all here for a quest. We're here on this earth not just to work, not just to earn money. We have a quest. So that is the book that I really love. And I'm going to define unfuckwithable. Unfuckwithable is making your own opportunities instead of waiting for someone to give you one. Unfuckwithable is building your own doors and then knocking on them. Unfuckwithable is what happens when you believe that your work matters, and unfuckwithable is an attitude. I'm going to give you another definition of unfuckwithable. Unfuckwithable is when you're truly at peace and in touch with yourself, and nothing anyone says or does bothers you, and no negativity or drama can touch you. So that's the definition of unfuckwithable. I really love it. We
Wow.
can all be unfuckwithable, right? So that's I really love that.
Yeah. So guys, that's the books that you need to find. I will hunt them too for sure, and I will add those reading recommendation from Miss Bonnie.
Just one. Yes, that's just one. That's the
Yeah.
Code of the Extraordinary
Mhm.
Mind by
Yeah, the
Vishen
ordinary.
Lakhiani.
I will add on the show notes, and of course, Miss Bonnie, you also offering a masterclass. So can you talk about that for our listeners and how they can uh, leverage their growth or their change their mindset by taking that class?
All right. So, well, guys, you're in luck because I'm not just a law of attraction teacher, as what I've said and Jay has shared. I am a chief strategist for eCFulfill. And we offer anyone who's interested in e-commerce to, learn from us. we teach everyone how to earn dollars in Amazon. So we have that workshop. That workshop is happening in April 21 and 28. It's 2 days and it's under Manila workshop. And there's so many exciting things happening for the company soon, very soon. We have partnered with eBay PH. So as you can see, we have Amazon and then we have eBay PH. Exciting things, exciting,
Yes.
so exciting. So, if you want to learn how to sell in eBay, just get in touch with us. We'll produce something for you for eBay. We have
Mhm.
Amazon as well. If you want to learn to sell in Amazon, attend our workshop. We already have that. Day one, you leave our workshop day one with an Amazon account store and you're ready to sell.
Yes.
First day.
Okay. So
First
thank you
day.
so much, Miss
Isn't that
Bo.
amazing?
Yeah, it's really. So, I'm sorry medyo rumumble the Miss Bonnie. Eto i-edit ko na lang siya. Hindi nakalimutan ko, can you, what is your, best advice or any last words for our listeners to end the show? Okay.
I want to say again, thank you for listening. And, we've come to the end of the show. And before I leave you at the end of the show, and Jay and I leave you, you are listening to this show for a reason. There's a reason why you downloaded this show. And I believe that the universe, it's not a coincidence that you downloaded this show and you're listening to us right now. And that being said, I want you to know that you have the capability of being a billionaire. You can learn how to be a billionaire. You have, it is very possible for you to be a billionaire. Billionaire is very possible to attain. And most of all, you are so worthy to be a billionaire. And these three things, once you have these three things, once you believe that you're possible, it is possible to be a billionaire. And when you believe that you are worthy, you're worthy to be a billionaire, you can achieve anything over and over and over with these three beliefs: possibility, ability, or learn the ability, and worthiness. So you're listening to this right now.
Yes.
There's a reason why you downloaded this. Get to think about all the tidbits of information that Jay and I shared with you. How will this affect your life from now on? Because, you believe that it's just maybe you still believe that it's only a podcast that you downloaded. I believe that you downloaded this and the universe is talking to you for a reason. You downloaded this for a reason and the universe is compelling you to act on everything that you've learned on this show. And any small act, it may be reaching out to Jay, it may be reaching out to me, it may be reaching out to a mentor you believe can help you. That small act will create ripples for you. Believe me, because I started with one small act as well. So
Yeah.
here's to your being a billionaire. There are so many people that are willing to support you in that journey, and the two people who are there to support you is Jay and I. Jay and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Super,
you're here.
yeah, super pump up right now. Thank you so much, Miss Bonnie. So super, I fired. There's tons of positive vibes right here. So uh, if you heard that from Miss Bonnie, you're very lucky. And
Yes.
just to add on the values that Miss Bonnie talk about, uh, I think most of the Filipinos, or to be specific, are creative professionals.
Yes.
They don't reach out to those who is really on that level na gusto nila makuha. They
Yeah.
very shy. Uh,
Yeah.
the self esteem is so low. So
Mm.
just give it a try, guys. try to reach out,
Yeah.
ask something, and uh,
Yes.
I think you heard this before. Ask and you shall receive. Because
Ask.
yeah, ask and you shall
Yes.
receive. So, Miss Bonnie, for those who like to reach you, what is the best channel that they can reach you?
Okay, so for eCFulfill, we have a Facebook page and a website. Our website is eCFulfill.com. So that's E Echo C Charlie. Fulfill is F, right? So FULFILL. So that's easyfulfill.com. And for our Law of Attraction Masterclass, our batch 2 just started. I know that we'll have an advanced class afterwards. Our next masterclass is maybe by June or July. So you may have to bit a little wait further. I have a lot of workshops that are coming in. I get to be invited to a lot of speaking engagements. So catch me on those speaking engagements. One I don't know when this episode will be aired, but one such engagement is for free. I'm giving a speaking engagement for free on April 14th, and you better catch it because maybe for this year I'll be speaking a lot for free, but next year maybe I'm not anymore, right? So catch everything you can for free from people like me, not just from me. Anything that you can catch for free, go ahead, go do it. Just be there because you're going to learn so much. Because next time around, maybe you miss an opportunity. Maybe that opportunity that you wanted is in all of that workshop because it's easy to learn once you have an open mind.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Bonnie. I will put the links on our show notes, so probably they will reach out to you for sure. And I learned so much for tonight or for today. So thank you so much, and I wish you all the success in life, and hopefully, our listeners learned a lot also. Uh,
Yeah.
as a host, I learned a lot for sure. For sure, I'm very sure. So thank you so much again, Miss Johnny. Miss Bonnie. So
Yeah.
for to end this show, I really lucky uh, to be with you or to sit down with a super positive uh, yeah,
Thank
super
you, Jay.
super
Thank you.
positive person, and that's really uh, one of my passion to or one of my uh, uh, I'm a big fan of positivity and
Oh,
and
great. Mm-hmm.
and of course law of attraction, which is really helped me a lot to bring more value
Oh,
for
okay.
our listeners
Mm-hmm.
or to everyone who would like to listen to me. Thank you again, and hopefully you enjoy the show.
I did so much. Thank you, Jay.
Yes. Uh,
It's my first time to be interviewed in a podcast, and I'm very happy that it's with you.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much, and hopefully we will get more session, more podcasts soon.
Yes. Invite me back anytime.
For
You
sure.
know, when our schedule, both of our schedule permits, I'll definitely be there. Let me know any topic, and definitely, I'm talkative by nature, so
Okay.
definitely would welcome any of that. Definitely.
Thank you so much. Talk to you soon, Miss Bunny.
Thank you, Jay. Bye. Bye, guys. Thank you for downloading and listening to this podcast.
And that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. I learned a lot on this episode. So thank you so much again for listening. You can follow thedesignlifeshow.com, thedesignlifeshow.com for more and complete episode. Thanks, guys, and talk to you again later.